49ers are at their own 40.
And the Eagles are playing well on defense with this nickel defense, playing with 5 defensive backs the whole game.
Young back to throw it. Comes out of there, and he's going to run with it. And he's going to get a first down and more. It run out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Philadelphia. He may be hurt, but he sure is courageous.
Yeah, watch what he does here as he's going out there, and watch how he directs Jesse Sapolo. He's looking. You see that little kick there? That's the thing that he does great. Just kicked out of that. Now he's telling Jesse, come on out here. Now get that guy right there. You see if he moved him, come on. And then he pointed to the guy who wanted him to block. So you call a play in the huddle, you call a snap count, then you tell the guy to come with you, and then you tell him, okay, go get him.
You talk about being under control. Rice starts in motion. He hasn't been much of a factor. Kirby is hit before he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I wonder, just watching Steve Young walk here, I know that he's hurt, and I wonder if he can throw the ball. He's trying to loosen something up now, and I'm sure that at halftime, you know that they did X-ray him to make sure that he doesn't have a broken rib and all those things, and gave him some kind of medication to loosen it up. But he hasn't thrown a ball since that one he threw to Jerry Rice into the dirt.
And as you and I were talking before, sometimes maybe it's not broken, but if it's a bruised cartilage, it can be just as painful.
Or that torn cartilage where the cartilage tears away from the bone.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he can throw it. That didn't look like much.
No, and that hurt him too.
Yeah.
You can see him when he's throwing the ball. You can see him cringe. And so I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do this, because you watch him here, and again he tried to throw one and then ran, and this is the first one that he's thrown, since that Jerry Rice one. But I mean, just watch the way he threw that, and then he kind of bends over after that one.
That looks painful. Third down and 10. Young, incomplete. Brent Jones, the target. The 49ers will have to punt. He threw that one pretty well.
Yeah, that one didn't look bad. And it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to keep that thing loose. That was good defense there. And that's Don Griffin. Now he's really the 5th defensive back. They play their regular 4 defensive back. The 5th defensive back is Don Griffin, and he's playing today on Brent Jones.
And he played him very well. Thompson back to punt it. Fumble by Calvin Williams, but he got back on it. So the Eagles take over deep in their own territory after a 32-yard punt. 7-0 at 3Com Park. Steve Young still uncomfortable at best.
Well, you can tell, we were talking about ribs and how they hurt. You can see that just breathing there hurt Steve Young's ribs. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to go, and I don't know if he can throw the ball. I don't know if the Eagles know it either.
Detmer gives to Waters, who gets a yard, maybe. A lot of pressure by the 49ers on Ty Detmer during the first half. 2 interceptions, 2 big interceptions.
I think
excuse me, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that was a real change of pace, because I think that, Ty Detmer started and he was just moving the ball down the field. And the 49ers said enough of this, and they started coming after him.
They started blitzing.
Right, and then they missed the field goal. Then Ty Detmer had 2 interceptions in the red zone.
Charlie Garner split out wide right. Pass was thrown complete.
Ball. Yeah, but Ty Detmer is the type of guy that's been a quarterback all his life, and his dad was his high school coach. His dad coached him since he was a kid. His brother Coy, of course, is a quarterback playing in a bowl game tomorrow for Colorado.
Looks as if he can't hear now. The signals through his helmet.
I think it's a short yardage play, and I'm not sure that he knew that he had his short yardage people in, which he does. You can see they're in this tight formation here.
Tight end.
Short yardage formation.
Ricky Waters with a second surge picked up the first down.
Yeah, when you see Bryant Young right there go backwards, you're going to get a first down. Bryant Young probably stood up on that play. That's the thing that you can't do in short yardage or goal line. You can't let the guy get underneath you. And when you see Bryant Young go backwards, you know, you see him stand up right there. Of course, he stood up because he got a double team. But that double team stood him up, pushed him back a little, and that was enough for the first down.
That's Fryer in motion. The pitch is back to the fullback, Kevin Turner, and a flag on the play.
I'll tell you, the wind caught that flag. that flag went like 10, 20, 25 yards. That flag went in the air before it hit the ground.
Holding against Philadelphia. The weather has improved. It's still miserable, but it's improved, if that's possible.
I don't know if you don't count the wind, it probably has, but it's windy as heck down there.
Yep.
Holding, offense, number 87, 10-yard penalty.
Holding against Jason Dunn.
Yeah, when it comes in from that deep, that was a deep guy who threw that one. He's the guy, he's the deep official that keys the tight end.
He's lucky to get his flag back.
I know, I don't know, and he's 20 yards downfield. Dunn's doing okay right there. I don't think there's any holding there. That's a pretty good block. I don't know how that guy saw that from 25 yards back. I think he had blurry vision from the wind.
First and 20. Back at the 11, Detmer retreats. To Fryer. No, to Jimmy Johnson. Another catch and a busy day for him.
This offensive line is doing a good job here because you can hear the fans, and they knew it. First and 20, they had him back up. Here's where you want to get a turnover. But these guys right here, if Detmer is going to pass the ball, that offensive line has to do a job of pass protection. You got to stop those guys up the middle, and they stopped Bryant Young just enough to get rid of the ball.
And Chris Dolman came around the corner just about at the same time.
And that's usually their pass rush. Bryant Young up the middle, Chris Dolman around the corner. That's the one giving them trouble today.
Kevin Turner hit behind the line of scrimmage by Norton, who will let you know about it.
Doesn't bother Ty Detmer. He was letting the wrong guy know about it. But what Norton did then, usually the linebackers are behind the line of scrimmage and they pursue up and down behind the line of scrimmage. That time he penetrated. He hit a gap, got in the backfield, and threw him for a loss. That's Ty Detmer here. He just kind of stared him down and headbutted him. He didn't mind that.
3 wide receivers on 3rd and 7. Detmer coming out, chased by Bryant Young. Tried to fake him. Didn't take the fake.
Oh, that and Tim McDonald came from a blitz on the left side of the offense. And then Ty Detmer had to take off. And we're going to get Bryant Young, who will get him here. You see, he gets a double team, and then he sees Detmer. He just runs right down the line. Don't run where he is, run where he's going. That's exactly what Bryant Young did. But the thing that flushed him out was from the other side, was a blitz from the other side by Tim McDonald.
And Detmer might be hurt. Terry Kirby back deep for the 49ers. Hutton to punt, left-footed. Line drive kick handled by Kirby. Steps away from the first man down. And try to outrun the rest of them unsuccessfully. 47-yard punt, 6-yard return. Good coverage by the Eagles after that line drive punt. Ty Detmer shaken up. Detmer coming off the field after being tackled by Bryant Young. Obviously in pain. It didn't look too serious, except his left leg buckled a little bit. He's headed out. Meantime, Steve Young remains. The pass is caught by Floyd. And William Floyd stays on his feet and gets a first down. Dawkins finally brought him down. Both quarterbacks have been up that hallway to the dressing room.
And I still don't. Obviously, Ty Detmer's not okay. I think what happened when he went down, it looked like it could be one of those groin pulls because, you know, the wet weather, you will slide and you have a tendency to do that. But Steve Young still can't throw the ball. I mean, that was a completed pass, but that was one that the old age would say lobbed me one. He lobbed him one.
That was Mark Rippon loosening up. That's Kirby. And he gets 2 or 3. Detmer's right hamstring, and sometimes that goes with that groin you were talking about.
That's that same type of thing. You know that when you hit and then your feet go out, you just stretch a muscle. And that's what Ty Detmer did, because it didn't look like a knee or an ankle. It did look like a muscle thing, a groin or a hamstring it was.
So that's Mark Rippon getting ready.
You know, and the other thing, whoever wins this game has a short week because they have to play the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay on Saturday.
Right now, again, let's go to the Fox Television Center for McDonald's Game Break and James Brown.
And once again, a solid day by Jerome Bettis. This touchdown put Pittsburgh ahead. Bettis 102 yards on 25 carries. Pittsburgh moves on to meet New England. Let's take it back to Pat and John.
7-0 49ers.
Yeah, at some point,
that short week.
Yeah, and I was just going to say here, if Steve Young is healthy, he ought to get the ball to Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice only has 1 catch for 3 yards.
That was on the opening drive.
And if Steve Young isn't healthy, why is he running another quarterback sneak? Someone had to call that one, and it wasn't Steve Young. Mark Trestman must think he's okay.
He doesn't know he isn't okay.
I don't know. That's a surprise to me. I mean, you know, he's your best runner, and he's a very good quarterback sneak runner, but with bad ribs, I don't know that I would. I don't know that I could call a quarterback sneak. I mean, he is really hurting.
That was not a smile.
No, that was a cringe.
There's Steve Young back to throw. Jerry Rice, a one-handed catch. Rice out of bounds at the 3. Benson took him down. One-handed catch by Jerry Rice.
You know, it's just a matter of time. Here's Jerry Rice here. Now again, they try and play him physical. Bobby Taylor up there physical, hitting him. Jerry Rice gets a step on him. Steve Young hits him with the pass. Jerry Rice brings it in with one hand, his left hand, and then takes off. Look at that catch. You just wonder why they waited so long to get to Jerry Rice. But on the other hand, you know, it's just a matter of time, and this guy's going to get you.
And, John, that was a pretty good throw.
That was a heck of a throw. I mean, I didn't know if Steve Young could still throw the ball, but he just proved on that play that he can.
Timeout 49ers. They'll have 2 left. 7-0. They lead.
Jerry Rice is one of the greatest wide receivers that ever played the game, and for making plays like this. I mean, he knew when he got a step on Bobby Taylor that he had him, and Steve Young knew that he had him, and he just laid that thing out there, and maybe Jerry Rice being one of the few guys that would make that catch and keep running. See, he didn't jump, didn't leave his feet, just ran right through it.
Rice goes in motion. Young. Rice, touchdown. When you get into big games, great players make great plays.
Right, they have to. You know, and it was just a matter of time. I mean, you know, before this drive, Jerry Rice had only caught 1 pass for 3 yards. And that was that 3rd down pass. It wasn't a 1st down. And you knew if Steve Young was okay, at some point he has to get the ball to Jerry Rice. Because that's what the 49er offense is. Steve Young, Jerry Rice.
The extra point by Wilkins is good. And the 49ers move ahead 14-0. Post-game summary brought to you by Budweiser. The Eagles' problems in the red zone inside the 22, interceptions and a missed field goal. Steve Young, 10 out of 15. Rushed for a touchdown, threw a touchdown